Can you
Kev,
hear me?
Kev, go ahead, man. Tell us what's happening this week in the market. It's on you, Kev.
All right, man. You can hear me okay this time?
Yes, sir.
All right. That's what I needed, man. My phone disconnected, man. So the word must be good. All right. So what's happening this week in the market, everybody? Monday, as everybody knows, the market is closed. We got a holiday, as Tim had mentioned. But Tuesday, we got Smartsheet Inc. They've got an earnings report coming out on Tuesday. Citigroup and HP is paying dividends. On Wednesday, we got Lululemon, which some of you might be familiar with, a very popular athletic company. They've got an earnings report. And we've also got GameStop, the big boy, the crazy runner, GameStop. They've got earnings reports. So I'm very interested to see what's going to happen with GameStop this week. It's going to be an interesting one on Wednesday. On Thursday, we have Affirm Holdings. They've got an earnings report. CME Group and Kimberly-Clark Corp. They're paying dividends on Thursday. And then on Friday, we've got Kroger Company. They've got an earnings report coming out. United Health Group is paying dividends. And then we also have Match Group, which is the owner of Tinder. They're going to be joining the S&P 500 on September 20th. So that's also going to be interesting, which is something to keep an eye on. So Tim, right back to you.
Hey, man, that's good. Hey, family, that's what's happening this week in the market. And want to take care of a couple of housekeeping items before we get into the show topic tonight. Last Sunday when we were on here, we dealt with index funds. We dealt with ETFs, exchange traded funds. And we talked about asking everybody to do some due diligence as it pertains to looking for a ETF that was an electric vehicle ETF. And before we get started tonight, I want to know if anybody, I want to go around the horn, if anybody had an opportunity to look at any ETFs or research any ETFs that dealt with exchange traded funds. So if you are, unmute your phone, let us know what you came up with.
Elder Griff, can I very briefly do this report?
Yes, sir. I'm waiting on you.
Okay. I looked at GM, ticker tag GM, and GM is currently in the market, and of course, it's one of the big three big automaker, and it's also in the EV market. GM is currently on a downtrend because of the chips unable to. There's a global shortage for the chips that works in the vehicle worldwide at this point due to the pandemic. And so consequently, it's caused GM to have to shut down plants. They've had massive layoffs. At its zenith, that stock sold for $63 a share back in April. It is now at $48 a share. As they're predicting that we should be coming out of this in the spring, hopefully the manufacturing and everything else will recover. And at that point, I go on where I learned on Sunday night stocks from our leaders that these stocks have a photostatic memory. If it was 63, it's got nowhere to go but SGM.
Hey, man, that's good. That's good. I like that. That's real nice. Anybody else do any research as it pertains to those ETFs and those electric vehicles from last week's show? Give you a few seconds. All right. Anybody want to do now? I see my friend on before we get into the show. I hadn't had a chance. I've been meaning to call him. I hope he's able to speak with us for a moment if he can. D Brox, man, can you come on live, man? I hadn't had a chance to talk to you since I've been back from Utah, man. I'll take a break in the show tonight, man, just to see how you're doing. And if anything you want to advise us on, man, I know you're always out there. You and your son-in-law, man, looking at different things. So if there's anything that you want to bring to us tonight, man, and make us aware of, you know what we do here on SNS. It's iron sharpening iron, man.
I'm just laying down, taking it all in. My friend Victor Thompson, Jana's husband, came over to visit me. I don't know if I told you I fell and I broke my hand.
Yeah, Rev was telling me that, man, that you kind of injured yourself. Was it serious or just,
No, it's serious, Doc. I'm out of gas for about 6 months.
Oh
Yeah,
wow. Yeah,
yeah. I had operation on my wrist. I got 3 pins and a screw put in. I got a cast on. They'll take the pins out in about 6 to 8 weeks, and then I got to do therapy. He said it'll be about 6 months before I can get movement in my left wrist. So I told Rev, I'm gonna have to put that whooping on hold for him until I get back in the game. So, but they said six months. I'm gonna put it in the atmosphere January 1st, 2022, that I'll be back in the game. So, man, keep me lifted up in your prayers. And now back to your question. I'm really bullish on crypto right now. My ADA is doing my account is really up, doing well with ADA, Cardano, and Ethereum and XRP. I was Kev hit me a couple of weeks ago and asked me, he said, man, I'm looking at that XRP. I said, yeah, XRP is doing this thing, man. And so my account is up pretty good. So I'm excited about that. And I'm still holding strong with my Webull account. My positions I see a lot of red, and just like you've always taught the group, man, dollar cost average, and buy the dip. So that's all I have, man. And I think you're doing a phenomenal job, Griff, and just keep up the good work, you, Kev, and the gang.
Hey man, good man. And we're gonna keep you in our prayers too, because we definitely want to get you back in the game, man. Was that left wrist or that right wrist?
Yeah, it's my left wrist.
Okay. You're still strong on that right hand. Okay, you still gonna be able to hit it long.
Yes, sir. I'm very confident of that.
Amen. Amen. It's good to see Sandra out there tonight too. Miss Murphy, it's good to see you. Hey, listen, like I said, it's a short week. The stock market is closed tomorrow because, like I said, it's Labor Day, and Labor Day is a strong signal to all of us that the summer has officially come to a close. So it's going to be a short show, but an impactful show. And we talked a while back. And I want you to get your pen and paper out. We're going to have a little whiteboard wisdom. We haven't had a little whiteboard wisdom in a while. So I thought tonight we'll do a little whiteboard wisdom. And we talked a while back. We had a good show. And I think we kind of went maybe 30 minutes over our allotted time of 9 o'clock, and it was regarding taking profits. And that was a big show. When should we take profits? And when the market was moving the way it was, a lot of us was, I don't know if I'm holding for the big one, or if I got the big one on the line, should I put him over in the boat? Or should I leave him out of the boat? Should I wait on a bigger one to jump on him and get a bigger one in the boat? So I just want to revisit that tonight, and I want to give a little whiteboard wisdom. And I think with what I'm going to cover tonight, it'll pretty much kind of contextualize a lot of things for you, kind of simplify it, and then you can make a decision as it pertains to when should you take profits. So before we get into whiteboard wisdom, I want to ask the question. I want to go around the horn. If you can, just unmute your phone, give me a quick yes or no. But if I told you tonight that you would be able to get an extra cash bonus to your operating net income at the end of the year, you were going to get a check for $7,500 or $15,000 at the end of the year. Would you be available to that? Would you be open to that? Can you use an additional $7,500 or $15,000 to your net operating income?
Absolutely.
Okay, we got one yes.
Yes,
Certainly.
sir.
Certainly.
All right, we got Sister Alexander, yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, man. And I ain't giving away no free money. Absolutely.
Okay, all right. So that's a consensus right there. Everybody agreed tonight that you would love to have an additional $7,500 or an additional $15,000 at the end of the year. It's our aim here at SNS, and we try to put you in the best plays and the best positions, and we try to bring forth the best knowledge so that all of us can do that. And what I'm going to do tonight, that's why I want you to get your pen and paper out so that you don't have to be thinking about it, because once I erase the whiteboard, it's erased. And I think if you follow this pattern, or you look at this pattern and come up with you a stratagem of what I'm going to show you tonight, I think you'll be able to start from tonight, which is what's today's date? September the what? 5th or 6th? Yeah. All right, today is the 5th. From September 5th, 2021 to September 5th, 2022, you can add 7,500 to your net operating income, or you can add 15,000, whichever one you want to do. All right, let's move into whiteboard wisdom. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's do this right here. I want you to write down this at the top. I just want you to write down this at the top. All right. My writing is a little bad when we're doing whiteboard wisdom, but you know how that is. Can everybody see that?
Yes, sir.
All right. That's 250. And the word up under it is days trading. Oh, so let's stop right there. There's 250 trading days in a year. There's 250 trading days. All right. Let's go to the middle of the screen. That's $30 or $60. All right. Per day. All right. The point I'm trying to make here with this, if there's 250 trading days, if you just make $30 a day, that'll net you at the end of the year $7,500 to your stock account, bank account. You withdraw it out of your brokerage account. That's cash money. If you make $60 a day, that'll net you $15,000 that you can, take out of your brokerage account, put it into your bank account, take the cash, and take the wife or the husband on a wonderful shopping spree. There's only 250 trading days. You can make $30 a day, or you can make $60 a day. So let's take this example. All right. Say there's a stock. Say there's a stock that's trading at $17 a share. All right. So there's a said stock, blank stock, is trading at $17 a share. You like that stock. Whatever that stock is, whether it's meatballs and potato, whether it's basketball, whether it's vegetable, whatever the said stock is, you like that stock. That stock is trading at $17 per share. You say, well, you know what? I want to buy 10 shares. So you go into your brokerage account and you buy 10 shares of that particular stock. 10 shares of that $17 stock is going to cost you $170. All right. So you in it right now, $17 stock. You bought 10 shares. You invested out of your brokerage account $170 on whatever this particular stock is. All right. Now we got that. All right. In a day, a couple days, that particular stock goes up $3. So now that stock is trading at $20 per share. That stock now is trading at $20 per share. All right. You had invested $170. Now your investment has grown to $200, which is a difference of $30. So on this one stock right here, you say, I'm not trying to be greedy. I'm trying to stay true to my $30 a day or my $60 a day. So now that stock is moved up $3. Now you got a decision to make. You can stay in and say, you know what? I like the stock. I'm gonna do this here. And you can think that it's gonna go the other way. And it may go up some more or it may reverse. And where it was up $3, it may go back to the 17 and then drop $3 more. But let's just take this scenario. It's up $3, is at $20 a share, and you hit the sell button. You've made $30. You've got your initial investment back of the $170. So now your account is at $200. You got the $30 bank. So now what you can do is once you do that, you can sit back and you can wait for this particular said stock to dip. And if it dips, you look back for another buying opportunity. And then you buy back in, and we call that rinse and repeat. You just do the same thing over and over again. I think this shows us, or this gives you another example of maybe not so much trying to hit and wait for the long run. And then we have stocks reversing on us. And then we find ourselves in a situation where we got to wait till the stock comes back up. I wanted to show you this because this is a more obtainable situation. And this is another way to invest. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any thoughts on that? Talk to me, gang.
That's good money there, man.
Griff, this is Dana again. That's what Victor and I was sharing with him today. You know, you can make money with the stock going up, and you can make money with the stock going down. You know, if you want to take your investment strategies to another level, and your investment to another level is learning how to do the analysis and chart the stocks using candles, you know, the candles and those strategies. I was just talking with Victor Thompson about that today, and how we're missing out on a whole lot of money. See, the entry-level investor, you know, you just put your money in and hold, but we're losing thousands and thousands of dollars. But you can ride it up and you can ride it down. So great job explaining that. I think you did a phenomenal job.
Right. And I wanted to visit this. Thanks, Dana. I wanted you all to see that because it allows us to do one thing. Because remember, probably about 3-6 months ago, we was having this discussion about when should I take profits, and you know whether I see the percentage, because then it always give you a percentage. Should I take it at 15%? Should I take it at 30%? Should I take profits at 80%? Wait till it get to 100%. I think this gives you a clearer vision of when do you want to pull out? When is enough? Because now it gives you a target, and you saying that, hey, listen, I got my calendar in front of me. You get your calendar. You can go to Walmart, or you can go to Office Max, and you can get you a calendar, and you can start charting it. Hey, listen, I need $30 a day, or I need $60 a day. Sometimes you may get a stock, and the stock may get 80. You may hit for $80, but close out the position. Get your calendar in front of you and chart that down so that this 7,500 at the end of the year is a real number. This 15,000 at the end of the year is a real number. And it gives you another perspective on how you want to use your account as it pertains to when should I pull out? When should I not pull out? Because as we can see what the stock market has done, probably about 8-9 months ago, I mean, we could hit and we could hit hard, but now it's getting a little more difficult to score based on a lot of the constraints, based on a lot of the Wall Street is trying to shake a lot of the newbies off. Wall Street are trying to get some of these, what they call retail investors, dumb money. They're trying to get a lot of our dumb money out of there. And, you know, if you get a lot of Robinhood traders and the Robinhood traders get in there, and like Dana said, and even me, you get some red in your account, you know, you like, man, let me cut my losses. I'm out of here. This ain't for me. So they want you to shake you off. And then, you know, a month, 2 months later, that same stock that you shook Mr. Dow Jones hand and you gave away $100, $200, that stock now is up $150, back to the 200 where you was at, and even up another 150. So when I was looking at it and looking at the calendar days, I just thought tonight, this would be another way of you making a decision as an intelligent investor, as you being the CEO of your own particular portfolio, how you want to mix and move and what you want to do. I think it's cool if you get that calendar, you take it out, and every day you look at your account and you say, hey, listen, I'm just trying to go in for a score. Whether that score is $30, or whether that score is $60, whether that score is $80, whatever you make, maybe that score may be $15. You say, I just want to hit 15. I'm gonna bank that and I'm done for the day. I go in tomorrow, I'm gonna hit me for another, and I'm done for the day. Or maybe you may give it, you know, for the week. I just think it gives you another, knowing that there's only 250 trading days. And out of the 250 trading days, if you maximize it and you do it the right way, this can be more of a reality for you than other. Another thing I want to talk about before we get ready to get off tonight, this is pretty much one of the plays of the week. There's a new phenomenon going around, and I definitely always want to make us knowledgeable of it, and it's called Metaverse. Metaverse. It's spelled METAVERSE. Metaverse. It's a new thing. It's this whole virtual reality. I want you to do your due diligence on it, and I want to read something to you that I was reading on it over the weekend as I was studying for the show tonight. It says, you got big companies like one of the buzziest terms this earnings season has been the metaverse. Facebook, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said, as the digital and physical world converge, we are landing on a new layer of infrastructure. The enterprise metaverse, there is not even an ETF devoted to the theme, with Roundhill Investments recently launching. Let me tell you what Mark Zuckerberg, when he was asked the same question about Metaverse, here's what Mark Zuckerberg said, the owner of Facebook. So what is Metaverse? It is a virtual environment where you can present with people in digital spaces. You can find all kinds of things. You can think about it, embroider it in the internet that you're inside of rather than looking at. We believe that this is going to be a successor to the mobile internet. You're going to be able to access the metaverse from all different devices in different levels, in fidelity, app phones, PCs, immersed virtual, and augmented reality devices. With the metaverse, you're going to be able to hang out, play games with friends, work, and create even more. This thing hasn't even taken off. It's at the beginning of it. And I've been doing my own personal research this weekend on it. And I want you all to start thinking in terms of it and do your research on it, because you can get in on an entry level, and maybe you want to just set you a couple $100 there in this metaverse space. Because remember how Dogecoin did? Everybody thought Dogecoin was crap. It was garbage. And next thing you know, it popped and people became instant millionaires. Could Metaverse be another opportunity like Dogecoin? And that's what our aim is here on SNS, to always be studying, to always be finding out different things to make you aware of, so you can do your DD, your due diligence. I want to show you an ETF that I found. I'm going to show you a couple, but I want to show you this one that I saw on Metaverse. Let me go through these here because we're going to talk about those in just a few, and then we'll be out of here. All right. Look on the screen, everybody. This is an ETF, an exchange traded fund, Meta, META. It's trading now at $15.35. You saw the other ETFs that we looked at last week, other index funds. Some of them were 100, some of them were 400, some of them were 90, some of them was 80. But look down here in these notes. It says Meta ETF crosses the 50 million in assets under management. That's a small drop in the bucket when you're talking about some other ETFs that has management assets of 90 billion, 100 billion. I mean, just some of them a trillion. I mean, just crazy numbers. So that lets you know this is the beginning curve of this whole metaverse space. And listen, like I said, I'm still studying it. I'm still reading up on it. But I wanted to talk to you all tonight about it so you can do your own individual research on it. And collectively, we can come back and say, hey, if this something, but I'm interested in it. I'm always interested in this stuff that nobody's in, that's hidden. It seemed like it's, nobody's talking about it. All of the big shots get in. And then when the crowd comes in, they sell out. So this is an ETF that you can look at, do your research on. It's called Meta. And I'll be interested. Has anybody heard of Metaverse that's on the call tonight? You can unmute your phone, talk to me.
Tim? Yeah, hi, it's Greg. Can you hear me?
Greg. Yes, sir.
Yes, I've heard of Metaverse. And as a matter of fact, one of the stocks I've been watching is Roblox. It's
Roblox.
RBLX. Is the symbol. And Kramer has talked about Roblox a lot. He likes the stock. He's had conversations online on his show with the CEO. And he's very excited about the Metaverse, and he thinks that Roblox is going to move up with it. Right now, it's at $82.87. Its high, 52-week high, was 103.86.
Right. Well, what Roblox is the gaming area. They may be looking to get into the Metaverse space. Roblox, yeah, that's a gaming stock.
Yes.
Right.
But they're using the Metaverse as their platform for their game.
I like it. Okay.
And what Kramer brought out was that they are very flexible with it in terms of you can set up your own Metaverse to do whatever you want to do with it. So they're expanding into that.
Right. It's like it's like having an avatar or something. I'm telling you, Facebook is looking to get into that space, Greg. Microsoft is looking to get into this space. And I just thought this ETF here, that as I was doing research over the weekend, I thought this ETF here might be something that maybe we might need to park a few dollars in, man. It's only at $15.35. I would hate to come back and we look at Meta and we look at this same ETF, and this ETF is now at $115 when we had it here on the show for $15.35. Remember last week, Kevin was very transparent with his index fund that he has with Vanguard. And I think Kevin got in initially at $60-something. He got out, then he got back in at $70-something. And now I think that Vanguard account, that index fund, is well over 100 and something, almost at like 110. So when you look at those numbers and you look at these numbers, and then you got Kramer, you got Microsoft, you got Facebook, all talking about this Metaverse space, I think it's something that we need to research. I think it's something we need to get our arms around. And if it's a low entry thing, hey man, listen, let's go park $100 there. Let's go park 1,000 there, whatever we decide to do, or whatever you decide to do with your own particular portfolio. I definitely think this weekend, while it's Labor Day weekend, you ought to do some research on Metaverse. And hey, we got our stock chains out there, our stock lines. Whatever you find, hit the chain. so that everybody get the information, just like you get the calls, 10 minutes to Sunday night stocks, the thumbnail Sunday night stocks tonight. If you do your research and you find out something good or something we need to look at, hit the chain so that all of us get the information and we able to get in. I know I'm beating this horse tonight, but when I see Facebook talking about it, Mark Zuckerberg talking about it, we just heard Greg say, even Kramer's talking about it, Roblox is using this avatar, they're using it. It's gotta be something that, it's gonna be big around the corner. All right. Anybody else want to say anything or chime in? Give me some thoughts. What you think on this metaverse piece?
What is this that you have on your computer that you're showing us? Where is this coming from, Griff?
This is from Yahoo Finance. The ticker symbol, Pastor, is META.
Yeah, got it.
Yahoo. Yeah, right. And this is an exchange traded fund. It's an ETF. I don't know what the top holdings are in this particular management, but as you can see, they're growing. I mean, it's real small at this. 50 million is nothing to have under management. That's no money. You know what I'm saying? We talk about major ETFs.
Tim, if you click on holdings on the top, if you move over from summary, it's the third to last one, you can click on the holdings and find out what the holdings are.
Right. Well, this is not a live, I don't have to go out. This is a screenshot. But can you do it offline, Greg, while I'm still talking? And can you find out what the holdings are and just report back to us? Because I'm finna go through some other stuff right now.
Sure, give me a sec.
Okay, good. Anybody else while Greg is doing that? Anybody else want to chime in on this metaverse, or have you heard of it? You think it's something we need to think about? Dana, talk to me.
Griff, you own it, man. You own it. I'm doing the same thing. Like you said, you're doing research, and I'm doing research. I have nothing else to do right now. I can't really work, so I'm doing research. And when I tell you, you got to be like an ostrich with your head in the sand. If you don't see innovation taking over, we're not going back to the norm. And
right.
I'm looking at blockchain technology. I'm looking at genomics, sequencing. I'm looking at robotics. I'm looking at artificial intelligence,
yes.
Energy storage.
Yes.
And you got to be, right. I'm telling you, Griff, you own it. I'm telling you, own like Donkey Kong. You own it. Yeah, we're not going back. It's not. And if you think you're gonna get left behind, so you own it, sir.
So the 8-track is in the garbage can. Ain't nobody playing tracks.
Man, that's gone. hey, push button down. That's gone. That rotary phone is gone.
It's gone. All right.
Hey, Tim. Let me add this in, man. I think what we should do is because it's new and innovative, and I think what we should do is between now and next Sunday, maybe we could all do some research. Maybe that could be the base of the week's call. Everybody do a little research on the outlying companies that would that are going to grow. Because I'm in technology, as well as probably a few others to call. But what happens is when you're building a new architecture or infrastructure or a new technology, there's a lot of different components that come into technology that are also going to benefit. Like you've got NVIDIA, you've got Unity, you got the Roblox. Roblox is going to be a major player from a gaming in the metaverse. You have Facebook's innovation. You know what I mean? Because
we lost you again, Kev.
I would imagine that a lot of no, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I was just saying, I would imagine a lot of companies, man, are going to be, feeding into, this new, this new infrastructure, new application. So maybe we can look at the companies that, would potentially benefit from this metaverse. Because I imagine there's going to be a lot of companies to invest in.
Right.
to support, that are going to be supportive of Metaverse. Microsoft, Sony. I'm looking at some stuff online right now. EA Sports, which is the gaming, Nintendo, Activision, all of these different outlying companies, man, they're going to be trying to get into that space.
So as it pertains to an index fund, Kev, or this ETF, I'm gonna do some more research, man, because if that is, I mean, think about it. Whatever the holdings are in this particular, remember, we talked about an ETF is nothing but a cocktail, a bouquet of different stocks, and as they go up, the ETF go up. You know what I'm saying? And $15.35 for an ETF, if it's got some great top holdings in there, is a drop in the bucket, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely. But all I'm saying is some of these outlying companies, man, once this stuff really takes off, these companies are going to be developing applications within the metaverse, that are going to be, just unbelievably realistic. You know what I mean? Because it's a virtual reality space. So take Apple, for example. You'll be able to, virtually look at your catalog of data that's in the cloud and, almost physically go in there and grab pieces of it that you want to bring down, locally. So I think a lot of these technology companies are going to be leveraging Metaverse for new innovation. So I think that's what I'm going to start researching between now and next week.
Okay.
What are the companies? Because I know they already have plans. This isn't brand new. You brought it to the table. It's new to us, but I'm looking at it now. They've been talking and working on this stuff for a little bit now. And I know that these outlying companies are working on applications that are going to be, that are going to live within that space. So that's the due diligence I'm going to do between now and next Sunday.
Okay. All right. Anybody else?
Yeah, Tim.
Any other metaverses out there?
Tim?
Yes, sir, Grant. Come on.
Yeah, so Yahoo Finance does not have the holdings. They have NA, so I'm imagining that it's because it's a free site that they are not yet up to speed on what the holdings are. So I went into my...
Come on, Greg, you froze?
Microsoft is next with 4.9. Tencent Holdings is third with 4.65. Roblox is fourth with 4.55.
What you, Greg? You froze. Greg, you froze. Repeat everything because we're hearing you giving those numbers, but we don't know what's the genesis of it. Can you repeat it?
Yeah, sure. These are the holdings for Meta, right? So Nvidia is the first one.
Oh wow, that's huge. Yes.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, Nvidia.
Yeah. So 9% of their assets are in Nvidia.
Okay.
4.9% in Microsoft.
Wow.
Microsoft is second. Tencent Holdings is third, and Roblox is fourth.
Wow.
Unity Software, Taiwan Semiconductor, Autodesk, Amazon, Qualcomm, and C Limited are the next.
Wow.
Are the next ones.
So all of those big time companies are the cocktail or the bouquet that makes up this particular ETF that we're looking at on our screen?
Yes.
Kevin, man, come on, Kev, man, talk to me, man. That's got to be major right there, Kev.
Yeah, no, that's heavy, man. This one is probably because again, it's the next big thing.
Message is okay.
Yeah, it was a little interruption there, but yeah, Tim, what I was saying is this thing probably has good bones to it because they're touting it as the next the next internet, next phase of the internet, and yeah, $15.35. I think it might be a good opportunity to look into heavily.
I mean, come on, fam. Greg just told us Nvidia, Tencent Holdings, Microsoft. He started out when he talked to us about Roblox, which is the gaming, and they're using the interface and they're inside of this cocktail. So, hey, listen, like I said, man, that's what we aim to do here. So, you might want to look at this. I'm going to look at it, and I'm gonna spend the rest of this week. And I'm telling you, if everything looks good at me, I want to get into that 50 million in assets under management and just park me something here, even if it ain't number $400 or $500 or $1,500. I want to park me something here and just watch it grow. Because at $15, man, I mean, I mean, if you put 5,000 in there, you know what I'm saying? You could really, this thing push to 100. I mean, you could really set yourself up you set yourself up for your 2022 year off to a good start. So, hey, fam, listen, let's just do our homework on it. Thanks, Greg, for finding that out, which was some of the top holdings in this. And like I said, hey, I've been researching it this weekend. I'm new to the space, but I wanted to bring it to you all so that we can do it as a family, because as we grow, we're growing as a family. All right, with that said, I just want to get into some things. We talked last week. I'm gonna give you seven ETFs, because we talked about index funds last week. And I thank Dozy for giving us the whole GM piece at $48. Dozy says trading for now, but they was as high as in the 70s. So, you know, all stocks have a photogenic memory. That's good as well. And GM is what you call a blue chip stock. They're not going out of business no time soon. But I want to talk about 7 ETFs that all deal with electric vehicles, or they're in that electric space. And I want you to just write them down, because you may say that, you know, you might want to invest something in an exchange traded fund that deals with batteries and this whole infrastructure of electric vehicles and stuff like that. So over the weekend, I was researching and I found 7 that I thought you could probably look at, and then make your decision if you decided that this is what you wanted to do, or you wanted to get into that space that you can look at. And last week, you know, I'm not going to re-go over the call, but we talked about 4 things to look at when you decide that you want to go into ETFs and you want to do that. One of the large things we talked about, was, what the fees were. You know what I'm saying? You know, you want to make sure that the fees are low. I think Kev told us about the fees that were associated with the Vanguard account that he was at, and they were like very low, like maybe $4 to $1,000 or something like that. For every $1,000, $4 or something like that, which is that's what the management team do to make sure that, you know, this asset is going to do what it needs to do. So I'm gonna give you these 7, and then we're gonna be ready to go. We'll leave on good time tonight. All right, the first one is what is this? ARC Innovation. That's not one of them. Here's one of them here. This ETF is called ticker symbol BATT, BAT. BATT, BAT. All right, and then you can also, like Greg was telling us, you can look at the top holdings. You can find it on Yahoo Finance. You know, I do a lot of my research out of Yahoo Finance and see what the top holdings, just like Greg just gave us on the Meta ticker symbol ETF. All right, so this is one, BAT, ticker symbol BATT. Another one is HAIL, ticker symbol HAIL. It's trading now at $56.81. All right, and as you can see, you see the yield there, you see the expense ratio, so on and so forth, and find out what the top holdings are in this particular one. All right, the next one is ticker symbol IDRV ETF. It's trading now at $50.26, and as you can see on the in 1 month, you can see that, you know, it was up as high as, you know, maybe a little above, close to 51.50. It dipped a little bit, and now it seemed like it's on the men's, kind of consolidating right now. So this is IDRV. Another ticker symbol is CARS with the K, KARS. It's trading now at $47.37. Electric Vehicles and Future Mobility Index Fund. All right, that's ticker symbol KARS, CARS. Another one is Drive, ticker symbol DRIV. This is in that autonomous electric vehicle space. So if you were thinking about, you know, maybe investing or putting some money to the side in a cocktail or a bouquet of stocks, that's in this space. Here's one trading at $28.85 a share. And as you can see, it's kind of close to its 52-week range. 52-week range high is $29.34. All right. Here's another one, LIT, ticker symbol LIT. Lithium batteries trading at $82.45. 52-week high is $87. Expense ratio is about 0.75%. The yield is 17%. Real high yield on this one. They're saying they expect to bring you about 17% back annually on your money. Okay, so those were the 7 that I wanted to bring to your attention. If you wanted to get into that electric vehicle space or batteries or any of that infrastructure that's dealing with autonomous, those were some ones that I researched, and you can kind of see where you want to go. But the big thing was the metaverse thing I wanted us to talk about tonight.
Griff,
So
we should put those in the chat.
Yeah, let me check.
I got 6. I must have missed one.
Okay, give me the ones you got, Rev.
I got BAT, BATT, HAIL, HAIL. I got IDRV. I got CARS with a K, KARS. I got DRIVE, DRIV, and I got LIT, LIT.
Okay. Yes, sir. What happened was the other one, Rev, was this right here. This would have been 7, but this was ARC Innovation. It was ETF, it's ticker symbol ARKK. ARC Innovation. It's a 52-week highs 159. It's at 125 now. The yield on this one, they didn't say, an expense ratio is 0.75%. And then you can find the top holdings in this particular stock. So this was the last one. It was ARC Innovation, ARKK.
Gotcha.
Hey, Griff.
Yes, sir.
The CEO of ARC Innovations, Kathy, I think it's
Kathy Woods.
Kathy Woods. Oh, she bad.
Yeah.
She's one of the girls that I follow, and I was studying her research and her information, and on a lot of the innovative stuff. She is one of the people who a lot of the industry kind of frown upon, because she go against pretty much the norm, and she's heavy on innovation. So she a bad girl. She has made her investors a lot of money. Good, that's a bad girl.
Yeah, I love Kathy, man. Kathy is great. Yeah, she has probably upwards over $1 trillion probably under management too, or some ridiculous number. She's tight. And that was the last one I wanted to give you. I thought that was for one of her ETFs that they managed. That was one of the less pricier ETFs. So that was the 7th one. Well, family, if we don't have anything else, man, that's what we wanted to cover tonight. I wanted to do that whiteboard wisdom. Hope that was beneficial to someone. And
Griff, I got one quick question.
Yes, sir.
For you, Craig. I mean, you, Kev, some of y'all experienced people in this. We know a new iPhone 13 is coming out, and they announced that the phone was supposedly going to have the capability to be able to reach out even without a regular signal, cell phone tower or whatever. And there was an accompanying stock that, man, just went crazy when they first announced that. And then they kind of pulled back on that. Is anybody on the call can tell us about that particular stock or what that ticker was? Because I didn't get a chance to write it down. But things are always being thrown out there. And I guess the principle is you under promise and over deliver, as opposed to the reverse. You don't over promise and under deliver. So Apple didn't want people to get too out there. I mean, man, shoot, everybody be trying to trade your phone in, and if you know that you're never going to be in a situation where you won't be able to connect, you won't be able to get out, you won't be able to call people and stuff. You know, they put us out in the middle of the desert and we can still contact and stuff. And they came out and said, whoa, Mew, whoa, 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 let's not run so fast.
Wow. Yeah, that's that. I haven't heard of that one, Rev. Anybody ever heard of that?
Anybody know the name of that particular stock? I mean, it ran, Doc. I mean, boom. It went crazy until Apple said, whoa, whoa, wait a minute. You know, we're not ready to go, you know, full bore and tell you that that's exactly what we are working on and what's it going to be able to do. In any family member familiar with what I'm talking about? It was all over the financial news this week, and I did not write it down, so that was my fault. But anyone?
And it wasn't Apple stock. It wasn't AAPL.
No, it was a company that was going to supposedly benefit. They were doing like a lot of people do. They were riding Apple's coattail. You know, they were going to be the ones that were responsible for getting this technology out there that allowed you, again, to be able to communicate without being connected to Wi-Fi or not even being connected to cell phone data service.
Oh, wow. That's very interesting.
Y'all making me think I'm out here all by myself. Now, listen, I know y'all listen to the news.
Yeah,
somebody help me out.
I haven't heard anything about this week about that, but I have heard that Elon Musk is working on setting up, I think it's Starlight or something like that, his own company that has that will have cheap connection for anybody in the world, and it's satellite based. So what he's doing is he's sending up satellites, and they will, you know, circle the Earth and you know, cover every inch of the Earth in terms of being able to be accessed by satellite, and you can have connectivity that way. And I have heard about another company that's offering that same thing right now, but I haven't heard the name. But if it makes you feel any better, I think that's the technology you're referring to.
Okay, thank you, Brother Greg.
Yeah, Reverend, if you're not doing Wi-Fi or you're not doing satellite tower, you're not doing cell towers, that's the only other way that you could you could do a signal is through satellite. So, you know, they make satellite phones now, and it used to be real expensive, and they're bringing satellite phones back, and it's not as expensive as it used to be, but it's not very popular yet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only technology out there that could do something like that I'm aware of.
Yeah, Musk hasn't got all of his satellites up. That's why he hasn't really started advertising it yet. But he is starting to talk about it.
And you say, Rev, it was a stock, and the stock was on the New York Stock Exchange, and it was running.
Well, look here, I'm y'all. You know, I know it's time for us to. If I find it, Griff, you'll be the first one I'll send it to.
Was it Global Star? Because Global Star was supposed to have been the stock with the satellites with Apple. I think it jumped like 21%. Or was it 64%? Because it had something to do with the iPhone 16, the iPhone 13 and satellites. Yeah, the iPhone 13 is satellites. It was a stock called Global Star. That's the only one I heard of.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's the stock you're referring to, but they did have something to do with Apple satellites. Well, it was rumored.
Right. There you go. There you go. That's the name of it. That's the name of it, Grill.
Global Star?
GSAT.
Yeah, GSAT.
I'm so sorry. When you was talking about it, I was like, I heard of the stock GSAT, but I didn't know that was the same. I knew they had something to do with the satellites, but I didn't know that tied into Apple. So I'm sitting here the whole time you talking, and I knew it was GSAT. I just didn't know it was what you were referring to.
Okay. Well, thank y'all very much, because again, and Dana, thank you for supplying that additional information, because the way they're going to be able to do this, and someone just said, it may have been Brother Greg, that they haven't deployed all of their satellites yet. but literally, you know, you won't be out of communication. You know, I can remember years ago, say 10 years ago, out there where you live, Griff, you scared to get, you know, you scared to get out in the Everglades and not
Right.
having the signal, not being able to call anybody. So we could be out in the middle of the desert there in Arizona, Nevada, and Utah, and don't have to worry about not being able to get out.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's the one we were looking at. And again, it really popped this week, but then they said, whoa, let's reel this thing back in. You know, we don't want people to think we're promising something that we're not really ready to roll out there yet, and for people to be able to benefit from it.
Yeah, I see that. It's trading now, Reb, at $2.20, but it was down in the dollars. Zacks is giving it a 96% buy rating.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then again, you know, if they're going to be the ones providing the technology for Apple, if you already got some money in Apple, that just makes your investment even with Apple look even better.
Right.
And already good stock look even better.
Right.
Listen, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to prolong the call.
Oh, no, man. That's good stuff. That's good. That's what we do, Reb. We're a family, man. That was good stuff. Because I'm gonna look in. I didn't know about GSAT. That's on my radar now. And thank you, Sister Alexander. Yeah, no,
you're welcome. Thank y'all, because I heard about it, but I hadn't invested in it. So I'm glad you brought it up on the call. I appreciate that.
What's the ticker symbol? GSAT?
Yep,
right.
GSAT.
Okay, I'll look into that.
I mean, if you just go on and stick it in, like here's what I was talking about. 6 days ago, CNBC. That's the network that Kramer comes on, right?
Right.
Yeah. It said shares of Global Star soar 64% on report that the iPhone 13 will use satellites directly. That's what I heard. That's what I was talking about.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It popped.
Now it's retreated a little bit, but you know, hey, you know, you can have a good word go out there and like boom, and you know, hey, if you like any other stock, if you get in at pennies and it run up a couple of dollars, man, shoot, you can make a nice little piece of change.
Right. You're on your way to that on your way to that 7,500.
Oh Lord. God, man, you might make 10 times that if you hit right.
Right. Well, family, hey, listen, we're 6 minutes over. Appreciate that, Reb. That was really good. Glad. Thank you for putting GSAT on our radar tonight. So that's definitely a good play for the week for us to at least put on our watch list. And let's get into this metaverse. Let's find out what this metaverse stuff is. Let's do some more research because if there's some money to be made in that space, and like Dana said, we're not going back. We definitely want to be in that space as well. So, hey, with that said, we want to ask Brother Greg, you want to say something before we go?
Yeah, I just wanted to throw out quickly for those who are not in microcurrencies. Bitcoin is now at 51,700.
That's right.
It's going to be taken off, and it's going to take a lot of stuff with it. I want to throw out once more BCHG. That's based on Bitcoin Cash. When I first told you about it, it was at 538. It's now trading at 675, and its high was 33. So it's going back there.
Right. Another one we invested heavily in too, Greg, thanks for that too. And we was going to mention those cryptos is Cardano. I mean, we got in at the lows and Cardano got up this week to like 310. It's since pulled back a little bit to like, 290 now. But it got up to like 310. So we're up big time in Cardano. I'm looking for Cardano to hit the $10 mark. That's what I'm gonna say when it get to 10.
Yep. And remember the BCHG is a stock, so it can be traded like a stock.
Okay. Is it BCHG? Is that on Coinbase? Do you know?
No, it's a stock. It's an ETF.
Okay. All right. It's ETF BCHG. Got it. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. If you want to watch the underlying coin, it's BCH, Bitcoin Cash.
BCH. Okay. Bitcoin Cash. Right.
That does trade the Coinbase.
All right. Got it. BCH. Okay. Okay, family. With that said, I think we had a good show tonight. A lot of things were brought to our attention. We got some good homework and some good due diligence to do, so we know how to spread our dollars around. Pastor Dozie, if you are still around, man, why don't you close us in prayer tonight?
Okay, let's pray. So again, dear Lord, how grateful we are for the eyes, the ears, the hearts, the minds that you've opened tonight, how you moved through our leaders, who we are so grateful to you for. We thank you, God, for making us astute financially and just opening up another dimension of our existence on this earth, that we may walk in prosperity as we do in the spiritual, the social, the physical, and every other realm of our existence. God, for everybody who's suffering, for everybody who's hurting, everybody who is in pain, for our dear brothers and sisters who are living in oppression over in Afghanistan, for our sisters and brothers in Haiti, for the people in the storm-ravaged areas of Louisiana, the Gulf Coast, the Northeast. We send, God, your angels of mercy, and we give you praise. Let this be a productive, a safe week. We'll give your name the glory, honor, and praise in Jesus' holy name. Amen.
Amen. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, brothers.
Good night.
Sisters.
Good night, Griff.
Wow.
Hey.